Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I have the wonderful Sheilah-Angel Feather Tarot, and we were going, and I saw
Hi,
your
everybody.
question, Jody.
I have the wonder.
I did it again. I thought I had it on mute.
It's okay, but we are.
Sorry.
Hi, Joji. Hi, Kaya Noel. Ron. Hi. We are going to. I was going to look at this question about the what does the future of chocolate look like? It's been discussed by the Commonwealth Club. I had a panic attack at the thought of no chocolate. The no chocolate, I would. That's, you know, you got to draw the line somewhere.
It'll be
But
fine.
I think that maybe chocolate would be okay.
I think so too. I can't
And
live
we're gonna.
there, so
Although, though Bubble allayed my panic, climate change might allow cocoa tree to be grown in my northern a cacao orchard in Wisconsin.
It'll be fine, Georgie.
Oh, hi, Michelle, my belle. How are you doing? We're gonna do some current events, and we're going to also, I thought, politics, current events. Anybody want to ask anything spiritual, things like that, and we could, um, kind of answer and go. But I thought everybody might want to kind of hear a little bit of your story. Um, what what was the leading factor towards your step toward tarot? Was it just you really felt drawn to it? Was it like a spiritual awakening?
I used to see ghosts a lot, spirits, that kind of thing, and long time ago in the 90s. And I went to a palm reader. Big mistake that person was, but they read my cards and things like that, and they did all the bad things that you're not supposed to do, and I learned about that and ixnayed. And then about 3 years later, I bought myself my own tarot deck, and it scared me after about half a year, and I got rid of it. Couldn't figure it out. And then I bought another deck in 2010. I've still been having experiences, and a lot of different spiritual awakenings have been happening to me throughout my life, and the clairaudience started, and it's been a hell of a ride. Let's just put it that way. So I started to read cards. I bought another deck. I tried to teach myself that, and then about 2016, I decided I was going to start trying to figure it out. So I had the Rider-Waite deck, and I did teach myself finally how to read the cards. And then I started collecting them, and I thought one day, let me check YouTube and see if there are any readers out there that I can see what they're doing and learn from, and maybe figure out what's going on in my life. And, so I did that. And then January 2021, I decided, I've got all these cards I've been collecting. I've been following all these other readers, been watching the political readers and the deck collectors. And so I just thought I'm going to go for it and get in here. So here I am. And yeah.
Well, that seems like that you had the same type of. Well, I mean, I had a similar experience in that. I've seen like I've been empathic, and I've been I saw a little thin line around everybody, and I thought it was normal until we had this is my she's 25 hours old.
Oh
my God!
She's
I didn't know
25
that.
hours old. Yeah.
Hi, Sheila. How are you?
Isn't she great?
Good.
25
know.
hours old.
Oh my God, look at that little baby.
See, this is okay. Everybody, soak up the love. Soak up the love. You just
Very
can't
cute.
even help but feel it. You can't
Very
help but
cute.
feel it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
What's her name? Or
Oh,
his name?
her name is Lop because she's got one ear that's Lop.
Oh no.
Because we have a Great Pyrenees puppy, and we didn't even realize. Usually when a goat, because we have pygmy goats, usually when they get pregnant, it's very, very obvious. And this one was not.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike said, it kind of looks like Yuki's pregnant. And I said, really? And like the next day, she had the baby. And usually they get, so this one's a little bit small. And she met the puppy directly after birth. So that's the reason why she's in here with a diaper, is we had to kind of undo the damage that the puppy did. And so we're not sure if her ear is because of puppy, because I have it. It's a 3-month-old. You want to take it?
Yeah, we're going to go to Paws Valley. So.
Okay.
Oh, she's
Right.
so small.
I know. She's tiny. But let's see, what were we talking about before a goat interrupted. Come to my channel, Sheila. Come on. You'll see. You'll see a goat.
All right.
Oh, you see all kinds of things on here.
Okay. That was fun.
Birds flying by, dogs and goats.
Yes.
There are no cats, though. Do you have a cat, Sheila?
No, I don't. I don't have
No.
any pets right now, so
Okay.
it's okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. What was I talking about?
The line around people.
Yeah.
Oh, they're lying around people. I didn't know until I was I was 19 years old, and I was working at a hospital, and I was a EKG tech, and the EKG tech was on the code team. The first code I went to, this lady, she had a heart monitor on, and somebody said, "Oh, she's flatline," and they said, "Oh, Jenny's down there," and she probably took it off, and then she ran it back, and it was in a lethal rhythm before the heart line, and so we all ran to the room. Me pushing the EKG cart and down, and then I passed the EKG cart over to an aide, and I grabbed the crash cart, and we were trucking it, and we burst into the room, and the woman, her line was flat stasis. It was like it was shrinking, and the nurse sitting beside her said, turned around to us and said, "Look, I got an 18 in, and she didn't even flinch." And the charge nurse said, "That's because she's dead, you idiot."
Oh my
And
goodness.
we coded her and everything, but I thought everybody in the room knew she was dead, but the lady putting an IV in her hand didn't know, and that was my first clue, as I wasn't going to say, "Hey, didn't you see that light, that light," because I thought because I knew my empathy was different, but I didn't know the other was different, because I thought that's what everybody saw.
Oh.
you know.
Yeah.
And the clairaudience and clairvoyance has just come on in the last few years. But I would have just episodes. My grandma called them visions at random times, and throughout my life. But I hear and see a lot more frequently now. So, but anyway, what did? Oh, you thought the show? I'm sorry, Sophie.
Sorry, I thought the show was at 9 for some reason. Brain fog. I'm sorry. I apologize to your guest, Sheila, for being late. And to
Oh, it's
all,
okay. It's
I'm
okay.
very sorry. I didn't even
told.
realize I lit up a cigarette and sorry.
You're on. I know. I saw
Really?
you with the cigarette. I'm like, what's happening? Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, really. That's not normal.
It's not normal.
No, I
But
don't do that live.
yeah, well, the I think we normally have it at 9, so that's probably
yeah.
what you're thinking.
I'm
was
up, so for work.
Yeah, Sheila has to get up for work early. So we thought we would bump it up 30 minutes, and I told you, I think, but I should have told you today. I didn't. That's my
That's okay.
my fault.
It happens. That's okay.
It's all right.
We're all here now.
Okay.
Everything.
Well, let's see. Political. What about have you read lately on Zelensky, how he's doing?
Yeah,
Or
I normally
is gonna do.
Yeah, he's usually at the end of my readings when I do it, though. But I think he's going to be all right. I think I've got a good feeling anyway that he's going to come through this, because it looks like Ukraine, they're putting up a big fight, and I think with the leaders going into Kyiv today, the other countries, I think it's like Poland and I forget the other countries, but I think there's like 3 or 4 European countries that are, their leaders are literally in Kyiv right now with Zelensky. And it's like the human shield, the ultimate. If anything happens to any one of them, NATO is in it.
That's it.
Yeah. So it's a big bear.
Yeah, if Pootie wants to, it's kind of like they're saying, okay, if you want to bring it, bring it.
That's right.
Could we have a question, if you don't mind, Katie, on the journalists again? Because we read on them last week and we thought that they were going to be all safe, but we were reading about them on them about Liev.
Yeah, we were reading on the Ukrainian.
Yeah, but the western part of Ukraine, if we could read on them in general, because several of them have passed since Friday.
Really?
So whoa.
So this is, but this is like worldwide journalists, just journalists, not the Kyiv.
Right. Everybody who's in Ukraine.
Yeah.
All the journalists. Yeah, sure. And we can
That'd be a good idea.
Definitely. That's hard. This whole situation is terrible.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. And don't forget, Kathleen's going to be on my channel on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And Sophie, we still have to get a date.
Yes, we do. My life is in upheaval right now, and I thought for a week that I was going to be okay. Then COVID came.
Oh no! But when you can.
Yeah, but I should be. I'm afraid of saying. I'm touching wood. I should be okay now. Okay. Should be okay.
All right,
so I'll let you know the time when I'm not available. I suppose the time I am.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sorry, that's noisy. Okay. So what are we looking at? Are we just saying what are they?
The world's journalist. The different journalists from all over the world that go to
that
Kiev.
Are in Ukraine. No, in Ukraine.
They're on. In Ukraine, not Kiev, because that's what we were reading on. Just Kiev the last time.
Last time we were taking a reading on Liev. So if we could
Leah.
read on, yeah, if we could read on all of Ukraine.
Okay.
All right, let's give it a whirl. Cool.
Wow. This is pretty intense.
I know, I'm getting something like that.
I'll just go. The Lovers. I've got the Lovers and the Emperor. I think this is a signifier for the reading. Because you can see the Lovers in Ukraine because of their duality. They're working together. They're trying to make a difference in impossible situations. So their male and female energy is combined to succeed. And they're versus the Emperor. And I think this is in his lower aspect. That's the challenge. So the Emperor is the cold, conniving, rigidly controlling, wanting it all. That the Emperor upside down is the dictator. You know, so that's how it began. I was like, oh, well. The Knight of Pentacles. The journalists are loyal. Yes, they're loyal. They know that they need to present this to the world so the world can see it. They are very brave, and they are relentlessly pursuing the truth. And look at this. For judgment, it is illuminated by the sun. They're trying to make everybody aware of how horrible it's going. The Knight of Swords, they have a real zeal, it's like they know this has to go on. They can't be deterred because justice, the give and take of justice is what the not give and take, the cause and effect, you know, and the Queen of Wands, the inspiration. They're trying to not only inspire other countries, they're trying to inspire Ukraine as well, to keep their hopes, to keep that drive going and moving. And the Six of Wands, they will ultimately be victorious, but I don't see anything about their safety. This is just an overall reading about the journalist. But even if the journalist lives are in danger, I don't think it's going to stop them.
No.
Because they know how important this is for Ukraine.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Wow.
Okay.
The Ukraine and the world. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got this Two of Swords. Every time I use this deck, I seem to get this card. So, and this is a Slavic deck here. So this is one reason I want to use it. So, you know, they're out there in the middle of the storm, really, really trying to get the answers and get the news out to everybody. And it's extremely difficult because of this very slow moving Russian army. which is what I see here with this one. I do see with the Two of Cups that, they are all working very closely together. Everybody's trying to stay safe and get the story out. And it's extremely difficult in these conditions. Now, with the Judgment card, I also know that, this is, the world is able to see what the heck is going on, thanks to the journalists. So, this truth is definitely going forward. With the Strength card, they do still have to hang in there. This is incredibly difficult. I can't even imagine. They're just, the Russians are just blowing up apartment buildings and doing crazy things. And to witness that, you really, really need some inner strength. Now, I clarified with the Deca character, and I don't use this enough for similar reasons. So I got the Vomit card here. So this is it's sickening what's really going on there. And, the universe, they're trying to get the messages out. All of this stuff that Putin is doing is actually going out into the universe, and it's going to come back on him, I believe. And as far as, they're doing their jobs. This is the Rock, and they're covering the Rock, which is Zelensky also. So they are really, doing amazing work in Ukraine. All of the journalists who are risking their lives to get the stories out. So, yeah, Ron.
That's terrible. Yeah, I don't feel, it's not like there's a massive thing. I think that may be the problem. There's one or two deaths, but it's like the determination of the journalist rises above that. So it's really hard to, to hone in on if a few more. That's horrible. That's horrible.
It is.
And I think Sophie has.
Yeah, I got a 10 of coins, and to me, it's like, okay, this is a business, and that's fine, but they're all sticking together regardless of what a network they come from. Like, there are two Fox journalists who have passed, and we know that the right-wing medias are usually very harsh on Fox, just like Fox is extremely harsh on them. But everybody is together in their mourning of those two journalists, and I think there was more today, unfortunately. But there's also some kind of addiction that exists of chasing the story. There's an adrenaline driving them, right? So in the past, I got two reversed cards, and normally never have them in this deck. I seem to say that often. The Lovers in the past and Magician in the future. So Lovers in the past, I know I'm going to read it like that because I feel that there has always been an arrangement. There has always been an arrangement with the UN whereby the journalists would always be protected because they're reporting the story. This is no longer the truth. Look at this petal of flower here. Looks like a horn on the guy's head.
Oh, sure does.
I never looked at it that way. And this one looks like, the ear of a goat. I don't know. A small goat, granted. But I feel that, this arrangement that existed in the past is no longer in existence now because you have the Magician reversed. That's manipulating all of the news. They're chasing the story. They will keep on chasing the story. They will be chased away as often as they can be chased away, but they'll keep on going after it because it is part of their life contract. these guys are just going to keep on doing it regardless of what's going on. And when I looked at the Magician, I got the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Three of Rods. So this is an emotional thing for them. They want to have the truth, but they with the Three of Rods, I also get the Two of Wands at the back of this pack, and this is going to sound strange, but they will need to always have an exit plan. They do not have one at all times, and they should always have an exit plan. And we thought an exit plan and a plan B and a plan C, something could go the wrong way for them. So
yeah, I just
you gotta
when you said that, I just got a flash. I think that the problem is it's not that these guys were it's like everybody who was killed has never been in any kind of war situation, so they're not planning exit strategies and doing the things that you have to do. They're not taking that seriously. All they see is this. They don't see this.
that Pierre guy has been in war situation. That was his specialty. He was
Really?
he was with Clarissa Ward, but not all of them have that. I feel that not all of them have that. They feel that, they're in a spot where, if something happens, it just can go that way and I'll be fine. Or I'm a journalist, nothing's going to happen to me. It doesn't work that way anymore.
It's just, it seems like there's, I don't know why, but I saw just I'll say kid, well under 30, and he was just locked on, and then he heard fire. He heard firing, and he was still going after whatever had caught his eye. Camera caught his eye, and he walked into it was like all of a sudden a barrage of bullets. So he, not being aware of your surroundings in that kind of situation is deadly.
They're actually targeting them, like what happened with was it Wall Street Journal guy, or was it New York Times? New York Times. They were in a car and the people hit them with fire. A lot of these people do work with and get embedded with the troops sometimes. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know that I would go as far as saying that they don't understand what it is they're going into. They know that there's a war and Russia's,
Well, I realize I didn't say that. What I meant was they don't have the experience to.
Well, one of the guys that died was my age today. I think one of the people from.
Well, I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying a large quantity.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, that Pierre guy, I think, tried to save someone else who might not have been acting consciously.
Well, and the other thing, they're just hunting them.
They're hunting everybody. So it's like Russia's just crazy.
Unreal.
And I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't use that word, but I'm going to. They really are, and this is their tactics. They did this in Syria. They did this probably in Crimea, wherever they are. They just, destroy. They don't care about anybody, and so it'll be an amazing test if they do not fire anything at the leaders of those other countries that are in Kyiv right now. An amazing test. So that's the thing. And I love that they're practically daring Russia. Because if that happens, we are in World War III. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is there something? Is there something, or are there
Yes.
landmines or something? Maybe it wasn't blown up, because I saw, a journalist group, and they were together, and then it was just explosion, blowed up, but it wasn't like it landed. It was like it came up. You know what I'm trying to say? It wasn't like a missile or something like that coming, but it was like all of a sudden everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you get tired. You get after a while of vigilance and your adrenaline going pumping, pumping, pumping. Eventually, you crash, and then
Yeah, that's
you
true.
don't realize. But
And then it's a
you
lot
know, they
easier for
were
somebody to sneak up on you.
yeah. But you know, those journalists. I don't know if they're the same, Sheila. They were in a little SUV or something like that. They were being
Yeah.
shot at, and they kept calling out journalists,
Yeah.
journalists, in all kinds of
Right.
different languages so that they could be understood, and they kept on shooting.
Russia doesn't care
Yeah.
at all. They don't. They just want to blow up everything. I don't know what, and this gets me when I think about what he's doing to Ukraine. It's like, what are you going to have after you've blown everything up and you've chased all the people away and you shot all the people? What is the point to this? You just want real estate that you can't build on now because you killed. I mean,
and I don't understand the genocide.
He's mocked.
I don't understand the genocide.
Yeah. I mean, they're like, people have relatives over there and everything.
Yeah.
And it's just, and how about the Russian state TV journalist who got on with the sign?
I know, I loved it. That
Wasn't
lady,
it
I was
wonderful?
yes, I was
mean-
just like beside myself, like, yeah.
Big reader.
Yeah, but what's going to happen to her? Do you guys know? I know that there's a law that she would be jailed for 15 years minimum because the word war was on it.
I've been watching the news on this today, and I did see that she did go to court after 14 hours of being interrogated like crazy, because they don't get to have their lawyers and all those people.
No.
So she went to court for her social media post where she said, don't be afraid to protest. They can't arrest all of us. She got in trouble for that, like a little fine or something. And they're saying that the other thing may be a separate incident. So I don't know. Or our news is sort of talking about, well, why are they just leaving it alone for now? Or maybe they don't want to make it such a big deal now, but everyone around the world is showing this clip now. So it's too late to do anything.
Yeah. Should we read on her? See what happens?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can find her name.
Let's see, which deck should I use?
Let me see. Her name, wait a minute. See if I can get her name. Russian TV journalist.
Oh yeah, that'd be helpful.
Marina. All right, stop moving. I hate all these ads when you pull.
Oh, I know.
It's just too big in it. Okay, so her name is Marina Lavis. Wait, I'm going to. Oh yeah, she had been found guilty of the administrative offense, and it has been fined 30,000 rubles, $280. All right, so I'm going to go in here. I'm going to put her name in chat.
Thank you.
You can see it. Okay, that's her name. Okay, when it comes up, there it is, Marina Avis-Yanikova or something. Editor at Channel 1.
There you go.
Yeah. Notice the sunflower for Ukraine.
Yes.
All right.
Very nice.
All right, what's going to happen?
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm like, hoping I don't. It's late for me. I could hardly sleep last night, so I started.
Me neither.
I couldn't sleep. And no cocktails
Oh.
tonight. So if my mouth goes, it's because I'm exhausted. It's the worst thing to go. Right.
Yeah, I'm the same way right now. Oof.
I know, I couldn't sleep last night. And I got up and I got myself a halo with those little mandarins and ate that at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, that didn't get me back to sleep. All right, let's see. Shut the front door. Whoa. All right, she's got some cards.
Yeah, she's definitely got some cards.
Oh, whoa. I kid you not. This is scary. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to go. Is it okay if I go first?
Sure.
I'll go for it.
I got some cards. Okay. I got the Justice card first. All right. So she's dealing with this false crime that she's committed. I mean, really, in most countries, it's not a crime to do these things. But but this justice is really on her end because she got to speak her mind. She got to get out there and say what she wanted to tell us. Now, here at the Hierophant, okay, so this I'm going to look at as Russia's government. So they're trying to throw this stupid book at her and, get her to, tell them, why did you do this? And who else are you working with? Oh, yeah. And she did say that they asked her that and she's not working with anybody. She just did that on her own. Ouch, my hair's getting pulled. All right. So I do have the Three of Swords. So there is definitely some kind of loss in here. She's going to be watched, and they're going to be keeping an eye on her and everything that she says and does. She's not out of the woods yet. So her security is a little bit in question right now, but for right now, she's okay. Right, for right now. So I do have the Stability card here with the Nine of Wands. So she's holding her own. She got the story out. She got a little bit beaten up while, going through this. So then I clarified, and my big oh was, here's the Emperor. So the oh was this card. So he's definitely going to be on it. He does not want them questioning the war, right? It's not a special operation, as they're supposed to say. So now she's going to be out. She probably isn't going to be working at that station anymore. And there is some loss coming. And I just feel like I just want to get one more card to tell the story because these are some cards. These are some cards. And I get the Chariot. So maybe she can move forward and maybe get out of Russia or something where she can move forward or either go to a safe place where she can tell the story. I know she's a mother and has children. So I don't know if she's going to be stuck there or if she can get her family out. But that would be great. Okay. And then I have this one with the World Dominion. So maybe she might look to leave. All right, I'm going to stop pulling cards. Okay. Because that was something.
I know. Well, I mean, this is the Judgment card in reverse. And, I see that as Putin's, if you look, there's like a little baby in the blue one and a skull in the red one. I mean, and it was red side higher. And it's almost as if his lies, his rage, his everything just shook the heavens because this was his television station.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, and for her, I've got the Tower. And so I think that they may be admitting that, oh, she had a fine and yada yada, but I think it's more restrictive than that. This is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and there's a lot of ties that bind. So I'm thinking, um, she loves her country.
Right.
She loves her country. And I think those are the ties that bind because it makes her want to to improve her country. But I gotta she's got a change of fate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like it's not as maybe not as bad as I am imagining it, but right now the wheel is turning. She's going to have some loss, I think loss of freedom, and uh, to feel rather bitter. But you know, even though she's got the Four of Cups, and she's kind of she's in a place she knew she would be in, but she's not seeing a way out. And I get the Death card, which is, you know, an ending of a cycle and a beginning of a new one. You know, it's death and rebirth. So, I mean, it's also can also be stuff be physical death, but it I'm thinking that she's going to have some time um where it's really fraught with emotion. She's going to maybe have to do some jail time. She's going to it's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a new beginning at the base of it. What you got, Sophie?
Well, I get that this is something that is new to her. Um, wanting to, wanting to, it's crooked. Anyway, I'm sorry. Wanting to get um, her word out, wanting to, there's a new emotion that's happening with this war in Ukraine. And that got her into a point of where she began to nurture those ideas that she needed to fight back, not only for Ukraine, but for her own country. But coming across that is the Ten of Swords.
Right.
I don't have a good feeling about that. She's going, like, there's a lot of suffering that's coming her way with that. At the base of the reading is the Knight of Pentacles, the knight that goes nowhere, and she's stuck, to be honest with you. I know it's not the hangman, but I feel that she is stuck, and she's going to be in a position where she's going to be embattled.
Mm-hmm.
In the near future, I see some this. I'm reading images here more than I'm reading the card, okay? Because I see angelic help coming her way. I feel that she's going to get some support, some angelic support, um, because it's a huge nightmare. It's a huge one. This to me reminds me of Archangel Gabriel.
Oh yeah.
And Archangel Gabriel is the communicator. And in the hopes, dreams, and fears, I get the Chariot. She wants to leave. She wants to go somewhere where she's going to be saved. And she's going to have to wait to make it, she's going to have to do her time and wait for her ships to come in. But
Yes.
the Sun card at the end of the card, at the end, the other side of the deck.
Good.
So we get the Sun card.
Yeah.
You know,
I think she's going to be all right in the end. She's going to go through some trials and tribulations here, but
Oh, for sure.
And I think her
it's
father
almost,
was Ukrainian or somebody.
yeah, that's what I started to say. I almost got a Civil War vibe, you know, brother against brother, cousin against
It is.
cousin, you know, and
She
I
has
think
one
that's
parent that is.
one.
Yeah, she has one parent Russian that and one parent Ukrainian. I don't know which is which, but I know there's one of each.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing. I think I have to open a window. It's getting really hot up here. It was 63 degrees today outside in my house.
We will read the thing about the chocolate. Okay, we will do a tarot reading on chocolate.
Yes, please.
Oh my God.
Chocolate.
What's in the window?
I need to get a humorous deck that I don't use for politics. Just for things like that.
Yeah.
Like a light deck just for nice light readings.
There's lots of light decks. Yeah.
There are. I just can't find them.
They're everywhere. You can take my thingamajigger off down here.
Your what, huh?
The
our thingamajigger.
Sorry.
Okay. Let's do the chocolate.
All right. Oh, you know
what are we going to ask? I'm going to use my Archie McPhee wonderful, awesome future
I could do that. Then you could read it.
All right. I'm going to use the trip and wait for this. What does the picture of chocolate look like?
Well, a question to follow up to what Milou saw. He said her speaking up to provokes other Russians, especially the men. Please read this. Thank you.
You know how to? Okay, yeah. You know how to star them.
What is that?
Yeah, but okay. So do we go ahead with the chocolate now? Yeah, still, yeah.
Okay. Let's. I don't care. What do you want to do?
No, it's your channel.
Well, let's go ahead and do the follow up.
Okay, we're doing the follow-up first.
I already pulled the cards for the chocolate.
Okay, we'll do chocolate.
We'll do the chocolate. We'll do the chocolate.
All right, chocolate's gonna be happy. It's gonna be. We won't be having fruity looking chocolate. So look at the colors. Chocolate's gonna be okay. We're still gonna be able to grow it. It's gonna be in sunny areas. You know, so it won't. There's like a lot of flavors happening here, like lemon, and we have strawberry, things like that here. So, I mean, your chocolate's still going to be there. See, it comes up in the little sunshine over top of the Queen of Wands right there. That's chocolate sunshine. So I do think it's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. It's going to be delicious. It's going to keep growing. Climate change isn't going to hurt it too much right now. So it'll be okay. Sorry.
Well, I got the cats, even though it may slink around, even though it may there's going to be somebody find a way around this, because I got the happiness card, and so they're already planning on it. You know, we've got letters going back and forth to try and keep things going. Letters. That may be seeds and cuttings and things that are they're putting in different temperate zones to see what how it's going to do with this and how it's going to do with that. And we'll have a little breakup, but then we go on to infinity.
Yeah. Chocolate and beyond.
Yeah, chocolate and beyond.
I'm not feeling it, guys. I'm not feeling it.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with what I see. All right. First, you blend it.
All right. Oh, she's got a kitchen deck. See, I need.
No. Oh, I should have taken that out. Oh, yeah, that would have been nice.
The housewives.
Oh, you did.
No, I didn't, but that would have been a great one to use for this.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have thought of that. But seriously, at first, I'm going to read it like anything, like I do anything else, not a normal.
That's wonderful.
Shooting for the moon. Sometimes it will be shooting for the moon because you need to grow the cacao. Cacao.
I think it's cacao.
Thank you, French girl in me. And just expect a heartbreak a little bit because
it's gonna get a little expensive.
There might be a moon or two where the cocoa, that thing is not going to grow well. But then we're going to start blending grain. Oh my God, I'm getting a flash, and I bet you anything that's going to happen. We're going to start blending some different brand of those grains things that we're talking about, those fruits. That is going to make a new kind of chocolate. Don't give it to the dog. I'm looking at those dogs here. There are different breeds, and they look very different, and they look like mutts. That's all I'm thinking, okay? But yeah, there's going to be a different kind of chocolate that could be very good. And I'm going back to the heart. Could help. Does it help the heart chocolate?
Yes. The dark chocolate has antioxidants in it.
That's right.
It's actually very heart healthy. The one that has more than I think 80% cacao in it, it is very, very healthy.
Yeah, well, it's going to be even better. That new brand of chocolate. It's going to be even better. It's going to be very expensive. So, rats. You might be able to afford it.
But I saw that
take it for what it's worth.
We had a little breakup, but we were there for infinity. So I'm thinking it's climate change, maybe a little hiccup, but it recovers. So it may get it really, really expensive for a while, and then,
the
heartbreak. Yeah.
Noah is saying, national, whatever it is. Okay, Noah is saying that it may be by 2050 we might not have it, but they may be like only 10.5% of current cacao growing locations will be suitable for production in 2050. But they're looking at other ways to do it so that maybe it takes less humidity and things like that.
So I wasn't so nuts after all. But now that you're saying that, I'm taking it more seriously because chocolate. No.
I had to look because I started to get worried.
That's very serious. No chocolate. That's serious.
I'll probably not be alive when that happens, though. But
2050 is not that long ago. That long ahead. That far ahead.
I know.
30 years.
No.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because look at this. 3 major arcanas. I laid down 3 cards.
Right.
They've got strength. There'll be a holdup, but it goes to completion.
Oh, good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, geez, and it's full of major arcanas.
Yeah, that was me. I thought I'll just draw 3 cards on this, and boom, all of them major arcana.
There's Mama here who's going to be a little.
There's hope.
Yeah, there is hope. Like you said, there's going to be a holdup from Mama's cooking here, and here at the bottom of the deck you have the Eight of Sword, which is like being held up, but they just have to take the time to just get out of just unbind yourself and get going, girl. Come on. There is the Emperor. The Emperor is going to say, hey, enough is enough. The Pope in the past, and I feel that the Pope in the past is just that. The Pope in the past, the Pope, the Hierophant, is at this time not taking this seriously, which is what is taking us to this point, and we get the Tower. But the Tower, somebody taught me, is there to build you back up, because the world is going to scream for it, and eventually it's going to speed up, and people are going to wish to have this back, and things are going to, like, the world is going to yell for it.
It'll be
But it's going to be expensive, very expensive. It's going to be luxury.
Yep.
Luxurious.
So that's how it started out.
Well, don't hoard the chocolate, Tammy. It does go bad. So it's perishable after a certain amount of time. Put it in the freezer.
Well, the cocoa powder actually lasts longer than the one with the fat in it. So I guess you could go buy some cocoa powder to make your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's see, where were we at? Let me look at these.
I think we're at, there is the one about the.
There was a follow-up.
Yeah.
He said her speaking up provoked other Russians, especially the men.
All right, let's look at it.
Korean, thank you.
Would provoke the men.
What do we mean by provoke? It pushed a man to speak up, or it pushed a man to want to belittle her?
I think it's the want to act to.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe, can you? Oh, as an inspiration.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To try and because whenever someone weaker than you, physically smaller than you, makes such a bold move, it really gets you to thinking.
What were you about to say, Sheila?
Maybe to get other people to stand up for Ukraine, in other words, because it's like they're just
inspiration.
Yes.
So yeah.
Inspiring. Ooh, yeah. Oh boy.
I'm sorry, Sheila. I guess my internet is spotty sometimes, and so sometimes I will talk, and it's because I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
You're fine. We're good. Well, for me and Joji, this is your handsome man deck. Okay, so this is the Wheel of Fortune. So what I have here, so her getting that chance to get up there and hold up her sign and say, stop the war, and all that she did, that was that literally that chance and opportunity that she had. So what also that means with the Page of Wands here, there's a lot of information now, because what that channel was doing is not telling the truth. And she's saying, here is what the truth is. And notice all the sunflowers behind this page. Look at that.
Oh,
All the sunflowers.
Wow.
This is the runic
that's
chart.
the flower of Ukraine, right?
It is. So also with the Strength card, and I love this one because she's got that big bear right there. So she's she's the one who got up there and stared down the bear, the Russian bear. I love it. Oh my God. This is so so she's the one that got up there and did it. Now with the Ace of Cups, yes, this can inspire others. This is a new start, a new beginning. This is, emotions. This is extremely emotional for people. This is, for everyone, people that aren't even on that hemisphere, right? So, but with the Knight of Pentacles, we're not going to see anything right away. I think the guys are watching, they're seeing what's happening, and but people still have to deal with that 15-year law that's out there, that if you are participating in any kind of demonstration, you're going to go to jail. So I clarified on that. And I got the Queen of Swords. So she's seen as very strong intellectually. She's very smart. She's telling the truth. That's our sword there, Our Lady of the Sword. I do have the Hermit. The guys are still hanging out here looking at it and just kind of like, they're all this Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles energy, this kind of stuff. They're not moving. So it's just a lot of that. But with the Sun, she did bring light out onto everything that's going on, and she brought a lot of that information forward, and now it's out there and people are talking about it to each other. So she did do some good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to be moving quickly. It'd be nice to see them.
I think it brought some nostalgia to some people. Going back to the fall of the Berlin Wall. Yeah. And they felt that they were moving somewhere to a more democratic and freer time where people could speak up, although Russia never really had freedom of speech.
True.
They were getting there. They had hopes. And with the star, I think the star is not coming across this, but she's given them hope again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's basically what happened, because at the bottom of the deck, I see Mother Nature. She planted a seed that is germinating. And if people work together and learn from each other, if the new generation learns from the old ones, when they were in a communist country and they had absolutely no right, and also learn about this generation that was hopeful, like the Gen Xers, there's going to be hope there, because many Russians are having a lot of anxiety, drinking. I know it's not the devil card, but I feel people are medicating themselves with drinking and drinking away their anxiety. And I think, unfortunately, that's maybe it's a stereotype that I have of them, but so they might be moving ahead, not moving away, but moving ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But it is with a great burden, because this French fries, cheese and gravy guy is
Putin.
always there. Yeah, de la poutine.
Yeah, well,
he
he
is.
Have McDonald's, so no McDonald's.
Yeah. So he is a person that is going to be always there in the forefront, and he doesn't look good. And I think that the people of Russia is starting to see that.
Oh, yeah.
I get at the end of the reading the Queen of Swords. Communication opening up.
Yeah.
Yeah, communication opening up. That's what I feel. Yeah. And then what about you, Katie?
Okay. They're at a crossroads. They know that they cannot do the cognitive dissonance thing anymore. They can't see what's going on and turn a blind eye.
Mm-hmm.
You can only do that so much. And it boils down to they no longer have the satisfaction of comfort because their dollar has been decimated. And different stores are closing and they're bewildered. So that is what has shook them awake.
Mm-hmm.
And then her on top of that is going to act as Ace of Wands, as a beacon, as a force for it. But it's not going to be easy. This is the Eight of Swords. Each one has to, because of the 15-year jail sentence in a Russian prison, each one has to wrestle with themselves about stepping outside of those swords. Releasing, taking off the blindfold, releasing the bonds that are loosely around you, and then threading your way through those swords to make a stand. Their dream is happy families because half of, a large percentage of the people that live in Russia are related to people in Ukraine. So this is already a real heartfelt crunch, but the corruption and the Putin's almost obsessive, well, okay, I'm not going to say almost. Putin's obsessive way of trying to control everything.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Yes.
One of the one of the meanings of this card is your health, and his health is not good, and especially his mental health, because he is a dictator who has been in too long, who is spiraling down, and if they don't get him out soon, there may not be anything left. But we've got the Princess of Pentacles,
Right.
and she is nothing if not studious. These people have it's like the Russian history has been so throwing themselves here and there because it's almost as if they have passionate natures, yet they cannot get out from under the thumb of Russia. Let me look at the bottom of the pack. Oh,
Oops.
Magician.
Yep.
They realize that they have the power. They realize that they can control their destiny. They realize that the people are the power, not one man.
Mm.
Right. Yes. Well, if they can ever get out from underneath him, yes, that would be good, because that country is huge. There's so many people there, and they could take him out if they wanted to. All of them. It's just unbelievable. So
Yeah, it's true.
for,
They could all take him out.
for entertainment purposes only.
I mean, you can get French fries, cheese curds, and gravy out. Take out.
Yep,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
you can.
You can.
All right, ladies. I am going to have to turn out my light
too.
here pretty soon
Okay.
because my head's just.
That's
got
why I
nuts.
have a headache.
I'm
Your
sorry.
aneurysm hurts me.
My
We have
what?
your aneurysm is hurting me. You don't have a migraine, you'll have one soon. I usually we're connected somehow. I I know when she's having a migraine or when she's about to have one because I have a headache. Aha.
Well,
Okay.
what all is
We've been on
gonna
for an hour. So
okay? What all has been going on your channel? Well, oh,
me,
and we'll do a just a collective spiritual
sure.
oracle card thing too.
Well, let's see. Tomorrow I've got Tarot by Lavina on again.
Wow.
I have Kathleen's coming back on Thursday on St. Patrick's Day. And we're going to have, at least I'm going to have a Guinness at that point. So I'll be cooking corned beef and cabbage all day. So, well, not all day, like in the afternoon, in my crock pot downstairs. And yeah, so we're going to do our show. And then I don't have a lot of stuff lined up right now. I need to get on it. I've got emails and I got to answer a lot of people and get moving. But as I'm trying to set some things up. And then I have on April 11th, I've got Jen's World and Kevin's Loving Vibrations. We're going to do a show together. And my big announcement was I was trying to get somebody special to come on, and Miss Linda G said yes, and so she will
Oh, good.
be March 28th.
Oh wow!
Good for you.
Oh
I
wow!
finally just
Yeah.
bit the bullet. I was like, let me just go ask her. She seems like she's really nice. Let's go see what'll happen. I'd like to talk to her about her psychic abilities, and because I'm still trying to figure myself out with all my stuff, and that could be an interesting conversation. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good for
So,
you.
yeah, why not? So, yeah, and there's other things I'm planning. There's still a couple other channels that I talked to that they said they would like to collab, but I haven't gotten through. I have to go back to their live stream and say, hey, check your email. So yeah, but I mean, there's always stuff in the works, and there's still a lot of people I need to work with. I haven't been able to. And last year I was mostly terrified. So this year I'm more comfortable now.
Yeah,
So
I know that mostly terrified. I got that. Got it good.
you understand what that is? Yeah,
I'm
because
still there.
it is. Oh, don't be, Sophie. You're great. You have to come on with me. We have to do that finally after.
We have to. We have to. I'll email you the days I can't. The rest of the time I can.
All right. Well, let's do
Yeah.
that, because that would be nice.
Yeah.
And
It would be, yes.
there's so many people, guys, and there's all these new people coming into it. I'm like, oh shoot! It's like there's not enough time in the day. If I wasn't working, I could like do 2 shows a day or something. There's a lot
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's different things I'd like to explore that I can't really do, and it's frustrating. But there's so many things I want to do that I just can't, and yet, but I'll get there. So
Yes, you will.
yes. So you want to do a collective card? Are we at that point?
Yeah.
All right, let's do
Let's
it.
collect a card.
I think so. I didn't get to sleep very much last night. I woke up at 1 and couldn't get back to bed. No. So
I'm going to do one from the Soulful Woman.
and I'm going to use Work Your Light. Because it's out. I want to get a good card. Sometimes I pick cards out and like, why do I have this one again? It's not fun. I don't want to keep reading the same card.
Okay.
You need to read the ones that come out.
Winter's Dream. Gestation period.
Ooh.
When we go to do something, of course, as humans, we want instant gratification. Well, as anybody who has been pregnant will tell you, sometimes, that's not going to happen. So enjoy when you are planning and moving things into your life. Enjoy the gestation period. Enjoy that time when you're not busy, when you can take a break, when you can when you can do all the things that we do every day, and we take advantage of it. We take it for granted. When you are about to birth something, right after birth, it is so chaotic. You almost can't. You're happy. You're excited. But you can't stop. So don't think of it as, oh, I cannot wait for this. Think of your gestation period as time to reflect on what you need to do in the now to make when it happens be more fruitful. And as far as the gestation period goes, that taking things for granted is something you should never do. So I think the idea behind things growing to fruition and being still, being silent, letting it happen is one of the best lessons out there, because until you let go and let it happen and just go with the flow, you're going to be fighting yourself a lot. Believe me, I know. I could write a book.
Yeah. Well, that actually goes along with mine in a sense. Mine says unbound, and it's releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives, and letting go of things that don't work for you anymore, basically. And so it does very much go along with that. And I'm not going to go all through that. I think you actually pretty much covered it in yours. So I'm going to say, yeah. And I looked at the little book, and it does coincide with that. So, yes.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. It is love-based reality. I am soul nurtured when I surround myself with friends and family who support a love-based reality. So it's about, surrounding yourself and enjoying the reality of love that is surrounding you, and just live in the present time, and in the moment. Live in the moment. Don't anticipate things. Just live in the moment. Enjoy the friends, your family that is surrounding you. Let go of the rest. Just you be you. So love and light to everyone.
Yes. Thank you all.
We will see you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you for having me.
Sure.
was nice reading